Now, yeah, I want to call this video right here is fibbin. Uh, it's funny, like fibbin is so accepted in society that we even have holidays just dedicated and nominated to fibbing to your children. Which what can be worse than that, lying and deceiving your children? Ooh, what a wicked practice we what a wicked web we weave when we practice to deceive or something to that effect. You know what I'm saying? And that is our society. And these are some of the subtle ways that you get conditioned to take a bigger plunge, where you step from the white lie and the tall tale to the fibbing and black line. Like I remember, my grandpa Joe used to tell me that when he was when he no he met my grandma, he was like, yeah, I used to tell her that I went to high school with Bob Seger. You know what I'm saying? Because back in the day, Bob Seger was probably that dude. I mean, he still is that dude as far as, like rock icons go, especially locally here. But and likewise, that was quite funny there. Bob's your uncle, haha. Uh, Me and my buddies, when I was a much younger man than I am now, we were on this drywalling crew. Me and these dudes from high school and this older guy, and we drywalled this house down in like it was down in like Pontiac, somewhere by Detroit, in the suburbs, and it was like a castle, and it was next door to Kid Rock's house supposedly, or this guy was just yanking our chain, but we went around telling everyone that we actually drywalled Kid Rock's house. So I mean that, and we all said this like as a group. You know what I'm saying? It was like an inside joke, and that's just some of the ways that I guess you make light light out of the. It sucks to do hang drywall. You try to uh, pump up pump up your profession, I guess, in a way. To it's like a to I guess it's just like morale. Like troops who've been uh, marching for too long are gonna get. They're gonna get in a bad mood. They're gonna be like, "Man, it's all wet out here, man. This sucks. I wish I'd have never signed up when I get out of here." Uh, you know what I'm saying? If I ever get out of here alive, I'm gonna. But anyway, that's it's and even there's a movie, Hustle and Flow, where the dude's like, he's like, yeah, I went to high school with Skinny Black, and that's the same scenario here, where it's kind of like people do kind of create these these little uh false storylines, and you play that the game of the fibbing, and then you got holidays like Christmas, and they say it's Jesus's birthday. That's a lie. They say that Santa Claus brings you presents. That's a lie. Santa Claus has elves. It's lies on lies. Uh, the reindeer, more lies. For instance, the Easter Bunny. There is no Easter Bunny. Easter Bunny lays eggs. Once again, at the same time, it's the flip of society, the duality of society. How on one hand they want you to, no, you can't believe in ghosts or aliens or government conspiracies, but if you don't practice worship in the Easter Bunny, you are a heretic, and you need to be chained to the rock next to the sea where the kraken can eat you. You know what I mean? It's pretty crazy. And then and likewise, you see in our society where people kind of, for the public image of people, they put on this mask and they act all normal and everything, but behind closed doors, they're the worst type of a human being uh possible, like straight sociopathic, psychopathic, tyrannical, terroristic, elitist, devil worshipping, whoremonger, you know what I'm saying? Sex trafficker, or corporate sociopath, psychopath, which they're just as bad because they just make these decisions where they take money from one place and put it in another place, but a bunch of people lose their livelihood, type of a thing, and they rationalize it in their mind to where it wasn't me, the Easter Bunny did it. You know what I'm saying? Well, we gave them an extra Christmas bonus this year, so that's more of it. Or just like the politician who's totally tells you how he's gonna revolutionize the whole government structure and make it better, and it's all for the people. I'm a man. I'm a God fearing, peace loving man of the people. But in all actuality, you done sold out. That's there's a few reasons people lie. They lie to sell an image. They lie to make themselves look better, or either to make someone else look worse. And there's also this one where it's like, you ever done something so bad where it's just so shameful that you can't even tell the people close to you, you can't be honest about it because it's just that you're that worried about having to let it be known certain things. And everyone has those type of things. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, that's like that's that keeps some people under blackmail. And then it also keeps some people kind of they got like incrementally. That's kind of like how dissociative identity disorder type thing, where that's bad, so they go into this state where they push it out of their mind to the point where it's like it's actually almost like it's in a compartmental spot in their brain where they all actually don't even believe it exists. Or there's a old song. It goes, "If you got your woman by lying, you're gonna have to lie to your woman for the rest of your life." Basically, things that start with lies normally end in lies, and or even worse lies, bigger lies. They get worse and bigger and bigger. And the point is where just you might start off just with these little subtle ones, or even ones that are understandable. We're like, yeah, that's real embarrassing, so we're not gonna hold it against them for not wanting to uh, own up or fess up to those type of things. But you look at some of these people like matchstick people, like people who steal people's identities, or like the old police officer in a movie, like a narc movie, where the narc is so deep cover for so long that he starts to believe he is his false identity, and he resists going back to his real life, which is he's an art, and he's just totally a matchstick person. They start to identify with the character as opposed to the their real person, their soul, whatever. And that happens a lot. Or like you see a lot of people come up with identities or aliases, and it's kind of like uh, when you kind of like when people start to make rumors about you and they just get more and more outlandish and outlandish. You just don't never feed them or nothing deny or confirm, but you just let the people speculate to the point where it blows up, to the point where they done promoted you by you don't through you not giving them nothing, so it just got just blown way out of proportion. For a while they was calling me ninja, and I kind of just I didn't confirm or deny that, and I just kind of let the hood take that and run with it, to the point where they I for a second I almost was ninja. I wasn't even me no more. I was the other guy. And then I mean that's the thing about it. It's like the point where the unreality is like 60% of the construct of your image. You know what I'm saying? Now it's 40% of the real you, that what I'm saying, that's underneath the mask or whatever, or other people's perceptions, their misperceptions of you, because you might be projecting a certain image, but you ain't really projecting that image. It's just the way they perceive it. But you perceive that that's how they perceive it, and you can use that to your either to your advantage. Uh, that's kind of the same way that the politician in the suit, the doctor in the coat, the police in the uniform with the shiny badge, in the polished shoes. These images, they're not necessarily what you're looking at. There isn't necessarily it isn't true or it isn't what it appears to be. It's something else, man. It's real crazy, man. But yeah, it's better to just not have a past than it would be to make one up. Because it can't prosper forever anyway. You can have a nice run, run for your money. How long? It's like that movie Catch Me If You Can, where the dude's writing bad checks and he's just basically con man jumping from thing to thing. He got away with it and he was good at it for a long time, but eventually the game, just all that extra lying and covering your tracks, actually, it's unsustainable. There's going to become a point where it's going to wear you down because it is like having double life action in a way. If you're, on one hand, letting people believe one thing, but on the other thing, you're telling people this, eventually some of these non-connected parties are going to meet up and they're going to be like, wait a second. And then you're going to be on Front Street, uh, and, you get put on blast, and then it ain't even worth all none of that. That's why it's just better to the best game is no game. Don't run game. Don't pump yourself up. Don't. I mean, now here's one thing I always do like to do though, and it's not. I'm not intentionally doing it, but it's a form. It's called sandbagging in pool. It's when you don't show how good you are. You don't necessarily act like you suck, but you might act like you're mediocre. But you're not. You're not really lying or nothing. You're just kind of just letting things be, I guess, in a way. And you're not, so it always, I mean, in there in Kung Fu, it also says this. It says it's best to resist the urge to overwhelm your opponent with everything you know. Because it's like if you throw everything you know at someone, you're naked now. Now they can almost plan and plot and take you down somehow or set you up. But it's not that you're hiding anything. It's just that I haven't revealed everything because there's no rule that says I have to reveal everything. But to reveal false things is that's a different type of a strategy. That's more on your word magic Jedi mind trick. Point to the mountain, strike the grindstone, pickpocket techniques. And some people do that. They try to slip you a fast one real quick and hope that you don't catch it. But you know, uh, it just sucks that we live in such a harsh society that people have to do that. They got to lie on their application. Women got to lie about their age and their weight. Uh, you know what I mean? It's just like same thing. People on the computer, they always try to, yeah, what is it? Put their best foot forward. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's as in which is in one context that's a good thing, but it'd be better to put both your feet out. You know what I'm saying? In the beginning, uh, or yeah. The best game is no game because I mean, you don't have to have that constant thing. Whatever the liars have to, the con men have to hold in the back of their mind, or whatever that blocker is that blocks them from being honest with themselves and others. I don't know, man, but even me, that's not the worst lie I've ever told. Was that we drywalled Kid Rock's house? Or was my grandpa's worst lie ever that he went to high school with Bob Seger. But that's the shizzle people do, I guess. And that's just an example of me even. And it was fun and it was funny. And it felt like he's getting over on people, and you was pulling the wool on them. That when I was younger, I was more of one of those type of guys that would pull some kind of joke like that. I don't like jokes as much as I used to anymore, anyway. So it's kind of like best game is no game. Uh, and yeah, just it's like if you just I don't know, man, you just gotta not care as much what everyone's gonna think if you're just yourself and honest. You don't have to go try so hard to pretend and put on all that makeup and uh put on your best suit, and then look them right in the eye and shake their hand real strong, and and just be stereotypical. Why can't you just be yourself? Why you got to present the image and everyone else is like since they live in the image and you don't present that image, they kind of reject you. But I mean, it's kind of weird. They're rejecting the real as opposed to the image.